Hello, my lovely Taurians out there, my Tauruses. How you doing? Welcome to your May 2020 reading. Let these messages apply how they apply. Remember, these are general messages. So if you'd like to go a little bit deeper with me and get a little more personal, you can find my email in the description box below for a personal reading. We're going to be diving into some of the planetary aspects that are happening for all of us. But I figured I could break it down by each zodiac just to get a little bit more specific to each of the elements. I'm going to feel into your energies. We're going to look into the planetary aspects, specifically the Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter conjunctions that are happening in Capricorn right now, which I feel are directly impacting us on a global level. To each their own and their own belief systems, but we are all connected. And anyone who is watching a tarot reading, I believe that you know this within yourself, and that's how these messages come through the cards, is because we are all connected in this, and all of us are mirrors to each other, and the cards allow me to show you what is already within you. So I'm going to be focusing mainly on those aspects, the Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter conjunctions that are happening. And just to give you a little bit of info, if you don't know exactly what's going on. So January 12th, there was this major global opening. It was a huge shift for us in the collective when Jupiter and Pluto conjoined, and also Saturn. So they're kind of be dancing in and out throughout the year. But there's going to be major aspects, major days, I should say, where we're going to feel the energy more. But I just wanted to generalize what these planets mean to us and how they are impacting us in this world. So Jupiter, when you think of Jupiter, it's all about expansion. It's all about magnifying, the ability to improve ourselves, our belief systems. It's also a planet of luck. So it's a big energy, it's magnifying, and when it's conjoining with Pluto, it's all about magnifying these death and rebirth cycles to allow for these massive changes. Pluto's all about death, rebirth, massive changes, empowerment. Even though it's a small planet, it comes packed with a punch. Believe it or not, Pluto, it's on a mission. And it can be perceived as this destructive planet, but the universe always works to our benefit, whether it might seem negative or not. I believe that this pandemic is serving us to cultivate more self-growth, have more knowledge of ourselves, go a little bit deeper within ourselves, strip away all these outer layers that the ego creates to comfort ourselves. But now we're being forced out of our comfort zones to face ourselves, to really get to know ourselves, and to allow for some soul renewal, soul growth. You know, it's a soul revision almost, where we're looking back at our lives and how far we've come, and we're learning how to allow these changes to happen to us on a micro and macro level. And then Saturn is all about structure, society, karma. Karma is a big one. And all of the signs are going through these karmic lessons right now. How are you learning to deal with your karma? How are you moving through your karmic lessons? Because we all have karmic lessons to learn here on Earth. Saturn's all about systems. And Saturn being in Capricorn, which is its home house, its home sign, Capricorn, it's focusing mainly on financial structures. So we're seeing a lot of change in business on a micro and macro level, so personal and massive globally. We're seeing a lot of changes financially, the way we structure business, the way that we come together financially to support each other as a system, right? So it's really important to remember the micro and macro. And the reason for that is because you want to be able to take that personal knowledge for yourself, but you want to apply it to the bigger picture. Because like I said in the beginning, we're all connected, right? We are all connected, dear Taurus. All right, so we're going to dive right in. We're going to see exactly what these planetary aspects, and they're going to be hitting pretty hard until November. So keep that in mind, that even though this reading is for May, it doesn't mean that it just applies for May. Time is never, it's fluid. It's never linear. You have to remember that. So especially with tarot, is to take these messages as they come. You know, you might have a light bulb moment after you watch this reading months down the line, when you finally start learning some of those karmic lessons. You start doing that inner growth that you're doing right now, right? You're cultivating that inner knowledge about yourself. And you're having to take a moment to kind of pause and restructure things. So when the ball gets rolling, you're not doing things maybe the same old toxic patterns you had. You're learning new ways to live this life and help others and walk in your authenticity and in your integrity. All right, Taurus, so we're just gonna let the cards fall here. Calling out into the ether for soul guidance. Let's connect to the highest potential for you in the immediacy of now, Taurus. Calling on your guides to be here with us, our ancestors, our angels, and all high vibrational beings with us to guide us, Taurus, during this reading. Remember, the power of free will is at play here. So take these messages as they resonate, Taurus. All right, let's dive in here. What do we got for Taurus? Taurus, all right. Ooh. I'm gonna let that one fly. All right. Bottom of the deck. Strength in reverse. So maybe there is a sense of struggle, having to learn how to adapt. Strength in reverse can be temptation, maybe a little bit of laziness. When you see the strength in reverse, it's calling to you to have strength, have courage during these times. Be brave, be bold. Tauruses are very grounded naturally. They are an earth element. But from my own personal perception, it can be hard for certain elements that are very work-oriented, to learn how to adapt, say, if they lose their job, they lose their role. They're so used to that structure, right? You got Earth here as well, Knight of Pentacles. So maybe some of you might be having some struggle adapting to these changes, having that strength to realign yourself. Okay. Two of Cups, Seven of Cups, Knight of Cups, and King of Wands. All right, so what I'm seeing here, it's definitely somewhat romantically focused. We do have a lot of cup energy here. We have Two of Cups, Seven of Cups, and Knight of Cups in reverse. You have two knights and one king. So you might have a couple different offers on the table. When I see the Knight of Pentacles that popped out, this is slow and steady wins the race, right? Maybe this is you, Taurus. You're slowly working to build that strength, to muster up the courage to take on maybe a new project. Earth Pentacles is all about the practical things in life. Some of those things might have been stripped away from you, like I said, and you're learning how to get back up on that horse and work again towards your goals, right? Adapting, like we all are. And there's many options, potentially around a suitor. The Two of Cups here is my soulmate card, twin flame energy. This could also represent a choice. I don't only read it as a love card, even though it is presented as such. Doesn't have to be about love, but take it as it resonates for you. You could be having to make a decision around a relationship at this time. Like I said, with these planetary aspects, there's a lot of karma. Maybe you find yourself in a karmic relationship. And karma does not have to be bad. People have this representation of karma as a bad thing. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. It is just serving us to show us parts of ourselves that need to be healed. And a lot of the time we learn that through relationships. So maybe there is a divine counterpart, someone that you consider either karmic, a soulmate, twin flame, however you perceive it, right? I don't like to put too many labels on people's beliefs and how they perceive relationships, right? But however you see this relationship, it is coming in very potently with this Two of Cups. But I am also seeing this choice having to be made with the Seven of Cups right next to it. And also the Knight of Cups in reverse. This is an offer, right? Such as this Knight of Pentacles. But with the Knight of Cups, it is an offer of emotional fulfillment, love, peace. And maybe it pertains to a fire sign with this King of Wands here. The King of Wands is standing in their power. Maybe you are turning away an offer because this Knight of Cups is in reverse. And the way I also see it here, this Knight of Pentacles, which popped out in the beginning, is moving towards this Two of Cups, right? And also this King of Wands is facing towards this Two of Cups, if you can see here. They're both facing this Two of Cups. So maybe you're really focusing right now on a choice, on a relationship, making a choice around a relationship, and you're feeling a bit confused. All right, I'm going to clarify a couple cards for you, my Taurus friends out there. This card wants to call out to me. Okay, so again, Ten of Pentacles is about family. Family structure, financial security. This is the happy home, the happy life. This is stability. This is my stability card. This is 10. It's completion, right? So, and it's falling right under the Seven of Cups. So there is some confusion potentially around a family dynamic. An offer of love from potentially this King of Wands. It could be a fire sign. Sag, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Another thing to keep in mind is check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising signs to get a little more deeper hidden gems, I'd say, pertaining to you and your specific birth chart. All right, let's clarify this Two of Cups here. What is this pertaining to for Taurus? This Two of Cups. Okay, more pentacle energy here. So Taurus, this is you in your element. Maybe you are trying to stay balanced because you find that a certain relationship is challenging you. It is confusing you. This Nine of Pentacles is looking towards her Ten of Pentacles. Right? This is the graduation, the solo Beyonce card, as I like to say. This is a woman, almost like the Empress card, who is working on herself, pretty much, which a lot of us are doing right now. That's self-growth, finding our true soul purpose, right? Realigning. That's what these planetary aspects are teaching us to do. All about that Nine of Pentacles energy and also that Nine of Cups. Self-fulfilling, happiness, abundance for ourselves, right? Because a lot of the external forces, as we know, they're temporary. But guess what? The only thing that's not temporary is your inner temple, your inner guidance system. That's never temporary. You always can rely on yourself, right? And that's what we're having to learn now with these planetary aspects that are happening and everything that's happening in the physical realm is we have to learn how to be self-sufficient. And that's what this Nine of Pentacles is asking you to do, dear Taurus. Because that's what's going to get you to the Ten of Pentacles. So you can't rely on codependent relationships. You can't rely on people in general to make you happy. Yes, connections, family, friendships help us discover parts of ourselves, right? It's a way to connect and feel connected, but we have to feel connected on a deeper soul level, right? To really heal a lot of those karmic wounds that say we have from childhood or even past lives. All right, I want to clarify this King of Wands for Taurus. Let me clarify this King of Wands for Taurus. Who is this King of Wands showing up in Taurus's reading? King of Wands, please clarify, Spirit. Please clarify. Ten of Swords, okay. So this figure, although they stand strong and empowered, there is some sort of mental anguish. 10, also you got the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords. So there is this sense of a cycle completing with this King of Wands. There's this confusion. You know, Ten of Swords is chaos. It's very chaotic energy. These 10 swords are stuck in this woman's back. And the swords represent mental stimulation, thoughts, not so much emotion, but thoughts. Good and bad, right? Swords, you know, even though they represent this intellect, you know, air, intellectual thoughts, knowledge, some of these sword cards can really represent an overwhelming amount of thought, anxiety ridden, right? So there's this sense of anxiety around this choice, romance. It's almost as though there's this feeling of, it feels as though there is this connection in the physical world, but emotionally it's not fulfilling because this Knight of Cups is in reverse. So there's this emotional imbalance that's clarified even with the Seven of Cups. Too many options. Maybe you feel second best to something and you want to feel like the one. You know, you are enough. And maybe this relationship makes you feel inadequate in some way emotionally. It's not emotionally fulfilling you on a deeper soul level. King of Wands can be a little arrogant energy, a little cocky, self-absorbed. So maybe that's what you're getting from someone that's surrounding you in your life. This could also be related to family and career with this Pentacle energy. It doesn't have to be a relationship, but I'm really feeling there's this relationship tie there. Okay, we got the Magician showing up as well. Major Arcana. So potentially someone is working towards manifesting themselves out of this Ten of Swords. And by doing this, by being in this Nine of Pentacles, it's helping whoever manifest themselves out of this mental anguish, really focusing on themselves. Where do you want to be in the next years? The Ten of Pentacles is the legacy card. What do you want to leave behind? You know, maybe you're not so much focused on the now. Yes, you may be. Yes, I mean more so. You want to be focused on the now, but the things that you're doing right now, you are planning for the future, right? So every step that you make, every choice that you make is directly impacting your future with this Ten of Pentacles legacy card. So there's someone that's manifesting. They're using all the tools with this Magician card. Tell me a little bit more about this Magician. I'm trying to see if this Magician is you or someone else, this King of Wands energy. This could also be your energy, the King of Wands, you know, really trying to stay self-sufficient. I see the Nine of Pentacles and the King of Wands facing each other, and I do see a resemblance in that energy of like they both have that energy of really knowing their self-worth. So this could very well be your energy. Maybe you have fire in your chart. Can you please, okay, got 3 cards. We will take them. Queen of Cups, we have the Temperance in reverse, and we have the Two of Wands. So again, another choice, okay? 2 twos here. This woman is holding on to those wands and she's casting one out. And the bird symbolizes some sort of message, waiting on maybe communication. But there's this sense of knowing you've turned your back on the past and you're looking towards the future with this Two of Wands. But yet again, there's this imbalance that I saw earlier between these knights here. And there's a call for temperance. It's in reverse. So there's a call for temperance, balance. This is my balance card. Balancing the head and the heart. I see the Knight of Pentacles more as the head and the Knight of Cups as the heart. So making a head over heart decision, or trying to muster up the strength to find that balance within, to be logical but yet emotionally happy, because the Queen of Cups is showing up. So this is my emotional fulfillment. This is the all-loving queen, you know, very empathetic, very kind, very sincere, you know, very subtle, feminine energy. It's different than the Nine of Pentacles or the King of Wands. You know, the water energy is a little more subtle. There's a lot of emotion behind this queen, but the queen and the king, they know how to kind of have a nice soft exterior, when sometimes within there's this emotional chaos. So maybe you are feeling this emotional chaos within yourself. And there's this call for temperance, some balance. And this is divine knowledge coming from the divine. I look at it as my angel card as well. All right. Let's pull some more cards here. Let's clarify this temperance card. Nine of Cups. Okay, so you got Nine of Cups twice here. This time it is coming up upright. So there is some sort of emotional offer being made, Taurus, whether this is you or someone else. I'm seeing this more now as a love reading. Not so much about career. Personally, that's what I'm seeing with all this cup energy. Someone is trying to manifest themselves this offer. Coming out of this Seven of Cups. But there is an offer. There is an offer here with this Nine of Cups. Maybe a water sign is very specific to your story here. Maybe water with some fire in their chart. Or maybe this is how they are showing themselves on the exterior. This King of Wands, you know, I have it all put together. I am strong. I am independent. Not so much emotional. But maybe they are coming to this place, coming out of this confusion where they feel like they want to offer someone love. And the Knight isn't the King. So maybe this offer isn't very much enough. And maybe it doesn't feel so practical for you, Taurus. You want something that is balanced. You don't want it to just be lovey-dovey, gooey words that don't really come with any sort of practicality behind it. Some longevity with that Ten of Pentacles there. All right, Taurus. Now I'm going to be pulling from my Dreams of Gaia to kind of tie this reading together for you, to hopefully give you some clarity, some guidance on how to move forward through this. What should Taurus do? What should Taurus focus on during the month of May, and also into the future here with these planetary aspects, lessons being learned, these challenges we're facing right now? We are all in this together, Taurus. All right, Taurus, some guidance. Some final guidance for Taurus. Okay, faith. Look at that, faith. I'm going to read a little bit of the reversal as well because it did pop out in reverse. So there's a call for faith here. Gotta have faith, right? We're all being asked to have faith. You know, every day is an unknown. And even before this pandemic, we do have to remember that life was still a mystery, you know? We have to understand, even when we're not faced with such extremes, that life is precious. It's never truly known what the future holds. But just because it never is truly known doesn't mean that we don't keep persevering and having faith and working towards our goals and what makes us happy, right? It might feel as though we're at a standstill right now, but we have to have faith. We have to have faith in the things that we have, the seeds that we have planted up until now. Just because this seems like the end, it's not. It never was the end, right? Just asking you to look at things a little differently. We're all being asked to look at life differently and really understand how precious it is. And, you know, time is precious. Our time here on earth, at least, is precious. Our souls live on forever, but we are here to live out our soul contracts and learn some lessons, right? That karma. All right, so 152, faith, self-belief, confidence. Faith is beautiful. To have faith, the 7th of the influence cards, is a beautiful thing. It inspires a feeling of serenity that is unshakable. With faith comes a level of self-confidence, that's that 9 of Pentacles, that sees you capable of overcoming all that life throws at you. To have self-belief gives you confidence when facing new and challenging situations. When out in a social setting, you are comfortable to be yourself. Having self-belief allows you to enjoy life more because you are less troubled by insecurity. So confidence, again, with that strength card that popped out in the beginning. Maybe you're feeling very vulnerable right now and you're having to really check in with yourself and be like, I have this, I got this. I just need to stay connected. Stay connected to that divine guidance. See, I look at this as divinely guided, raining down on you golden light. So meditation, is to stay connected. This is also a very earthly card to me because all these animals that are here with this woman kind of reminds me of the Empress energy. All right, so I'm going to read a little bit about the potential blockages here. When the Faith card appears reversed, it symbolizes a lack of belief in self and a resistance to find kind words and things from others. So maybe you are feeling that there is someone in your life that hasn't been so kind to you, maybe making you feel, this lack of self-worth or, this lack of love. Allow others to compliment you. All too often we focus on the criticisms others offer and reject the kind words. We tell ourselves that people do not mean what they say when they offer praise. They are just being kind. Of course they are being kind. Kindness is a beautiful quality. And if you're blessed to have people who compliment you, then take delight in those people and say thank you. Even if their words make you blush and feel awkward. Maybe you don't truly feel that those words resonate with you. But one thing that I've learned with meditation specifically, especially when there's like affirmations within that meditation, if you feel some sort of like resistance towards it, there's a lesson to be learned there. So if someone tells you you're beautiful and you really don't feel it down within you, then that's a big, big sign to you that there needs to be some healing around your self-esteem, you know, your self-worth. You know, you really have to be able to genuinely, you know, love yourself. And if someone is showing you some sort of kindness, even if it's a small gesture like that Knight of Cups energy, there might be someone who is trying to come in, but you're, you know, resisting. You might have a little resistance because you feel confused. You're feeling vulnerable. So that's what I got for you, my lovely Taurians. I hope you have a blessed day. Be well.